Last class we have already discussed about the first unit of drift, sensitivity, stability, tolerance, and all the definitions we have discussed. So there is a gradual shift in the indication over a period of time where there is input variable does not change. The without any input change in the input, the output is varying. That part we were called as drift. We were called that one. Sensitive is nothing but how much fastness we are going to call that one. The ratio of change in the output for the input. Small change in the input, it should have to change in the output also. If anything changing in the output side, then there will be light change in the input also. So immediately it is giving the response means that is speed of response we are going to call that one. If it is sensitive, yesterday I have taken one example of that one. The ant is biting to you, but you are not aware of that one. That is called not sensitive. Immediately the ant is running on your hand, it is going to bite that one. Immediately your other hand will reflect to that one and it is going to hit that one. So you are sensitive that one. So that is like a that part we are going to consider that in an instrument. If there is small change in the input or any variable load side, whatever it may be, the output should have to change that one. That is sensitivity we are going to call that one. The ability of a instrument to retain its performance, whatever the how much load you are going to do, that based on that one, it should have to able the ability of the instrument continuously for the instrument. You are, suppose example I have taken your mobile, continuously will use for 24 hours now, almost in the night 6 hours you will leave that one. So according to that one, it has the ability to operate that one. If any performance of that one hanging is there, suddenly it is going to switch it off. Like that, it has low performance, it doesn't have any stability. Like that, you can think that one nothing is happened, it is smoothly, it is operating. It indicates that one the system or instrument that has the ability to perform throughout its specified operating life we are looking for. So that one we are going to call tolerance means maximum allowable error. We are going to call that one plus or minus. It will okay, no problem. Plus or minus, okay, no problem. Like that. So example, I told that one your bike. They told while purchasing that one, they will give that assurance. They will give that one. Your this bike will give 60 mileage, 60 kilometer per liter. आवाज आ रहा है ना?
Yes, sir.
60 kilometer per kilometer they per liter they will tell that one, but it will not give exactly 60. It may be give 57, it may be 61, 62 also. So some maximum allowable error will be there. That one we are going to call as tolerance. We are going to call that one. So these are the some definitions. Actually tolerance is there, they may ask in the question. Drift is there, sensitivity is there. So all the things they may ask that one. The last one, last point of the first chapter, that is called calibration here. What do you mean by calibration? Anyone? Calibration means what? It's already displaying over there, but I want the answer from you people. Anyone, can you tell me? Comparison between the standard value and the measuring value, we are going to call that. Comparison between the standard value and measuring value. So one simple question I will ask you people. Simple questions. So bike example only I will take that one. I will consider the bike example only. For after 3 months or after running this particular kilometers, 30,000, 10,000 kilometers, you will take your bike to the showroom for the servicing. Yes? Yes or no? You will take your bike to the servicing or not? Hello? Is it audible? Right. After 3 months, 2 months, suppose after 6 months, or after particular, suppose 3,000 kilometers, 4,000 kilometers, every bike you people you will take to the showroom or somewhere in the to the mechanic. You will change the oil. What will happen in the oil? Continuous oil running that one, it will burn the oil. Whatever the viscosity of the oil will be decreases. So based on that one, it will reduces the mileage. The performance of the vehicle will be decreases, yes or no? They will check the oil with the standard value. It is with this characteristic it has or not. So what they will do? They will change the oil. They will check the filters. They will check the gearbox. They will check the brakes, suspensions, everything. They are going to check that one. That is nothing but calibration only. We are going to call that one for the bikes. But for the measuring instruments, we have to take that one into calibration. For the every year we have to do that one in a research labs and all the things. They are going to based on their industries. They have some duration is there. After that duration, they have to bring send that instrument to the national laboratories, industrial laboratories. They will go get send that one, and they are going to all the instruments get calibrated. That one they are going to compare with the standard value over there. If the closeness is not there, the instrument whatever we have sent over there, it will not give the accurate value. Then they will open that one. What is the problem? Which component is giving the less performance? Based on that one, they are going to remove that one here. So some tolerance will be there. We are not asking the exact of the 100 means 100. We are not asking that one. Some tolerance is there. Whatever tolerance is nothing but maximum allowable error we are going to talk. I cannot say that one accurate 100%. It may be 95, 96, 98%, or it may be a plus or minus 3:1, 3:1 ratio. They would tell that one. See here, calibration is a comparison between a known measurement. It's nothing but standard value and measurement using your instrument. Our whatever the instrument is there, based on that we have to compare with the standard instruments. So typically, accuracy of the standard should be 10 times the accuracy of the measuring device. Listen carefully here. While testing, whatever we are using in the laboratory equipments, that accuracy of the standard instruments, whatever the standard instruments are there, that is 10 times more than our instruments. So based on that one, the accuracy ratio of 3:1 is acceptable by most standard organization. 3:1 is we are acceptable. They are going to tell that one. So standard there it is getting 3. Then here 1 we are getting means no problem. We can take that one. They will permit that instrument for the operation like that. They will do the testing like that. We are going to call that. I love how you are going to call your bike for the service like that. For the electrical instruments, measure instruments, we are going to call that one as calibration. We are going to call that one. Why it is necessary? We can call that one next one. Why calibration is important? Why calibration is important? Anyone, can you tell me why it is necessary? Necessary of calibration. Just now already I have told all the answers related to this one. Simply you have to read the slide here. In one, by taking one example of your bike only, I have explained all the things over there. Calibration किसके लिए करने का है? So continuously, if we are using the instrument, there will be some wear and tear will be there. Something while connecting the wire, the connector will get loose. Continuously by running that one, the instrument, due to the temperature, some material it may be melt over there in that one. Continuously we are using this. Like that, if we are using any instrument, some wear and tear will be there in each instrument. So the accuracy of all measuring instruments, roll number 42, all measuring instrument will be degrade over time. So accuracy will be start to decrease with the time. With time it is going to decrease. This is caused by normal wear and tear. Example, again I will give one example. Starting you have purchased a mobile. Suppose 5G mobile you have purchased. It has 8 GB RAM. So 8 GB RAM and 64 GB, 120 GB hard disk. It is there. Just think that one. RAM memory is there. Okay. But what will happen at the start? Your mobile will be operate very fast. Start जब purchase करते हैं ना, वो मोबाइल बहुत फास्ट हो जाते, फास्ट ऑपरेशन रहते. Yes. immediately by touching that one, it will opens everything. Yes or no? But after the time, after some 3, 4, 5 days, what will happen? It is going to start to decrease, degrade its performance, because you are going to add one day, you will add, install the WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or some Zoom meeting apps, Google Meet apps. So you are going to load over there continuously. You are going to attend the classes. What will happen? Some wear and tear will come over there. Continuously, you are going to, suppose the morning from 10 to 3:30, you are continuously attending the classes. Because of that one, the it may get heat also. Continuously, net should be on, internet should be on, so that the performance will be degrade. So with time, first day जैसा operation होता था, ऐसा next 5-6 days or after 1 month, 2 months, it is going to degrade or not? Yes, the operation will decreases or not? The performance of the instrument. Like that, the electrical instruments, it is also same thing. With the time, over a time, they are going to degrade that one. For that reason, calibration is important. We are going to call that one. So second one, however, changes in accuracy can also be caused by electric or mechanical shock inside some, because of the heat temperature, some short circuit will occurs. Shock हो सकते, hazardous manufacturing element, example oils, metal chips, oil burn हो गए, इसका viscosity cut हो गए, it will act as a conductor, that may be also there. Some metal chips are inside, it will go over there, continuous usage of that one. So on that situation also, some hazardous shock may get that one, the instrument may burn over there. To compare the value, we are going to call that one. So calibration is important. We are going to call, depending on the type of instrument and the environment in which is being used over there. So while considering the error only, we have considered the environment errors. So environmental errors are coming means obviously the performance of the instrument will be decreases based on the environment conditions. So winter season, some humidity will be there, some water content may go to the instrument. For the summer season, because of heavy sun, the heat of that one, the temperature will be increases, room temperature will be more. Based on that one, the instrument continuously uses of the instrument, it may get, or it may be heat, temperature may be increases over there. So like that, so environmental will be also effect for the long time by using that one. Over a long period of time, we are going to call that one here. The bottom line is that calibration improves the accuracy of the measuring device. So our aim of this one is, accuracy is main important. Accuracy is more important. So we have to work based on that one. All instruments, they will work based on the accuracy only, based on the accuracy only. So by doing the calibration, the accuracy will be increases. The measuring instrument accuracy will be increases. So for that reason, accuracy is necessary. We are going to call that one. Just that. Accurate measuring devices improve the product quality. If accuracy will be increases, then obviously, if for what purpose we are going to use, based on that one, the product quality will also increases over there. So these all the things are important for the calibration. Why the calibration is important means, these are the points we have to tell over there. Is it clear, the point? Why it is necessary? Anyone, can you reply please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, the last point, when should you calibrate your instrument, measuring device or instrument, can call that one. कब calibration के लिए eligible है? So based on the manufacturer, they are going to recommend you people after 3 months, after 4 months, after 6 months, every 6 months you have to bring for the calibration. जैसा आप लोग ने बाइक परचेज करते करते एक मैनुअल दे देते हैं, They are going to issue one book, service book. They will, you people will call that one. Yes or no? They will give the service book. सबके पास बाइक तो है क्या? नहीं परचेज किए क्या कभी भी? परचेज किए क्या कभी? बाइक परचेज किया तो उनको मालूम रहता है, एक सर्विस बुक बोल के देते हैं, उसमें मेंशन किया वाला रहता है, आफ्टर दिस मच 800 किलोमीटर और आफ्टर 28 days you have to come for the first service, second service, third service, fourth service, like that. They are going to mention that one, the duration or operation based on that one. So duration, how many days they are going to mention, or if it is running instrument or it is a kilometer vehicle is there, then based on the kilometer also they are going to go. So based on the manufacturer, according to recommendation of manufacturer, we have to send for the calibration. The first point based on the recommendation of the manufacturer. Second one, after mechanical or electrical shock, if anything went inside the instrument, metal parts, it may get the electrical shock, or somewhere by increasing the temperature or history of whatever this electrical shock will be getting from that instrument by touching that instrument. Then also you have to send for the calibration. We are going to go. And suppose nothing has happened, means at least for to improve your product quality and accuracy, you have to do annually, quarterly, monthly. You can do the calibration. You can do that. Annually means yearly we can do that one. Quarterly means we are going to call after 3 months, we are going to call, or monthly also I can do that. Half yearly, yearly, quarterly and monthly also you can do that one. So this was the last point of your first unit. This is the last point of your first point. Why need for calibration? What is the need of calibration? So the main need is to improve the accuracy of the product. To improve that one, we have to use the calibration. We have to send for that one. Is it clear? Any doubts? The first unit is over now here. From this point, the first unit is over. All of you have assignment questions, yes or no? Already in the teaching diary, I have mentioned the assignment questions also. I have mentioned over there. कोई भी reply नहीं दे रहे?
Yes, sir.
Every one of you have the assignment booklet you have?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'll put the link also, and based on that one, this one. This is circuits, why you can see that. Just a minute. Yes, I'll show the assignment questions. Based on that one, you can some assignment questions I'm going to give because you have to do the solve the questions over there. Is it visible? Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Questions are there, 10 questions are there. First one. See here, define errors. What are the different types of error? Right, classification substandard, following repeatability, dead zone. Explain the following. All the things are already available in the. See, one this problem is there. A millimeter of 2.5 resistance read up to 100 microampere. So it is ohm, it is ampere. Calculate the resistance which is necessary to enable it to be used as voltmeter reading up to 10 volts है तो कितना resistance हो जाएगा like that. Voltage दिए और इसका current दिया है. Next an ammeter reading up to 10 ampere दिया तो current दिया तो. So leave this one. Problem solve. Actually problems are not there. Sometimes that were previous year question paper we have taken this one. Leave this 7th question. Don't take that one. What do you mean by error? Explain and how the standards of measurements are classified and anything. Okay. See here also repetition is there. Write the classifications of standard and how the standards measures are classified here. Both are same only. Yes. See here. Here linearity is there. Here also some linearity procedure is there. Definition. Define the linearity, accuracy, repeatability, precision. Here define linearity, reproducibility, dead zone, drift, calibration, like that. They have mentioned that one. Which one is repeating? You skip that one. Okay. Which part is repeating? The first question you have to write. Here also types of errors are there. Now here, see here, define standards. What are the different types of standards? Standards, 3 questions are repeating here now, and you leave that problem. Standards, 1 question. Errors, 1 question. Definitions, 1 question. 1, 2, 3. Definitions, 1 question. And what is the importance of the, what is that one? Importance of calibration. 4 questions you have to write down. 4 questions you have to write as the first assignment. You can take that one. First question, it is compulsory. All of you listen carefully. First and second, define errors and what are the types of errors. Define standards, what are the types of standards. And third one, define this, all this one, these points you take down, these points, and here is the last one. These all points you have to write down in 1 question only. All linearity, drift, calibration, reproducibility, dead zone, dead time, repeatability, precision, all the things you have to write down here. Okay, is it clear? And last one, what do you mean by calibration and what is the importance of calibration? You have to write 1 question extra. Here it is there, I think somewhere calibration is there here. So that way extra question you have to do that. Is it okay? 4 questions. Will you write that one?
Yes, sir.
When you will submit that one?
Sir, परत एकदा सांगा.
Huh?
कुठले क्वेश्चन लिहायचे परत एकदा सांगा.
First question, second question. This one. And in this one here, ये merge करो, ये इसको बोलता हूँ. Question number 4, question number 5, question number 6 and question number 10. ये सब merge करके एक ही question बनाओ. Definition. See here, इधर accuracy repeat हो गए, इधर भी repeat हो गए, linearity इधर repeat हो गए. ऐसा repetition part छोड़ देने का. पहले accuracy linearity लिखो, उसके बाद accuracy लिखो, repeatability, precision लिखने का, उसके बाद repeatability already इधर हो गए. Next क्या होने का? Dead zone you write down, resolution you write down, static characteristics you write down. Otherwise you note down, better option. I will tell the questions. Note down करते क्या?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First and second question you write as it is. First and second question you write as it is. Define errors. What are the different types of errors? Explain in brief. Each error explain करने का. Types बोल दिए तो उतना ही types लिख के नहीं लिखने का. सब explain करने का. लिखने के टाइम. Okay, first question is over.
Yes, sir.
Second question, define standards and what are the different types of standards? Over.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question. Explain the static and dynamic characteristics. Explain the static and dynamic characteristics of measuring instruments. Over.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fourth one, define linearity. Define. Number one, you write down linearity. Second one is accuracy. Third one is repeatability. Fourth one is precision. Fifth one, dead zone. Sixth one, dead time. Seventh one, resolution. Eighth one, sensitivity. Ninth one, reproducibility. 10th one, drift. Over.
Yes, sir.
Okay, last question. Define calibration and explain why it is important. Define calibration and explain why it is important. Over. So it completes the first unit. It has completed now. So any doubts in the first unit? Any one of you? So actually it has taken much time. Within 3 hours we have to finish. We have taken at least 5 classes we have taken for the first unit. Next, second unit, it will take time. Second unit, it is not that much simple unit. Actually, all the basic things and major part will comes under second unit only. The major part will comes in the second unit only. So, shall I start the second unit?
Yes, sir.
All of you, I think you are writing the notes. I am assuming that one. All of you people are writing the notes. I am assuming that one. I don't know how many of you are writing. Where it is not at what. Okay, is it visible? Screen, second unit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number unit 2 of your measuring electrical instruments and electrical measurement and instrument subject is analog instruments. The title we have called. They have written actually analog instruments. Before that one, before starting the analog instruments, first we have to discuss about the how many types of instruments are there. Measuring instruments we have to take the heading. This analog instrument, digital instruments, actually 2 types of the measuring instruments. Okay, so before starting the second unit, what are the objectives of this unit or this chapter we have to discuss here now? The first one is to make the students, means you people should have to understand the construction and operation of different measuring instruments. Here, one voltmeter we are considering here means what in that voltmeter, what is the function is there, what are the components are there, how it is going to operate, everything you should have to know over there. So for that reason only, the main objective of the second unit is to understand construction and operation of different measuring instruments. I'm not only mentioning voltmeter, ammeter, and all the different measuring instruments, whatever we are going to discuss that one. The second objective is to, you people should have to analyze the operation and performance parameters of different measuring instruments. Here you have to just understand the construction and operation you have to understand. The second objective is to, you have to do the analysis with suppose voltmeter and ammeter. What is the analysis you have to do? This one, why it is changed in that one process. Like that, you have to do the analysis over there. Comparison you have to do over there. So these are the two objectives of this chapter. So objectives are there means after completing the unit, you should have to some outcomes will come over there. Some outcomes will be there. The outcome is means you will be able to analyze the various parameters of the different measuring instruments, and you can draw the construction diagram, working principle, how it is going to operate, that block diagram and all the things you can draw over there. So these are the objectives. Outcomes we are going to call that one. The syllabus of this second chapter is now. First one, the title they have given analog instruments. Title they have given as analog instruments. I told that one. Before starting the analog meters, first we have to discuss about the classifications of instruments. Mainly the measuring instruments are classified into two types mainly. Those two types are, first one is that absolute instrument and secondary instruments here. In that secondary instrument, again analog, digital, recording instruments will come over there. So this analog instruments is part of the secondary units, is parts of the secondary units we are going to call that one. So mainly the measuring instruments are classified into two types. The first one is absolute instrument, second one is secondary instrument. Secondary instruments again classified into three types, that is analog, recording, and digital instruments we are going to call that one. So we'll discuss one by one. After completing this chart of the classifications, next we will go for the secondary. Is there types of secondary instruments we are going to call that one. In that type of secondary instrument, again we are going to call that one as indicating, recording instruments, analog and digital instruments. Listen here now. Indicating, recording, analog and digital instruments are there. Based on this one, indicating, recording, analog, one part is there. This digital we are going to study in the fourth unit. We are going to study that digital voltmeters and all the things over there. So we are going to, mainly the title is analog instruments. So we have to concentrate on analog instruments. We have to concentrate. So on that situation, analog instruments are nothing but indicating instruments. We are going to call that. Analog instruments are there. Indicating instruments. Indicating means just they are going to show that one. If the scale is like this, if the scale is like this, here some readings are there here. Okay, so this, it is going to indicate that one. The value will be like this. It is going to show over there by using a pointer. So it is going to indicating type instruments we are going to call here now. So next, if this is over, then essentials of indicating instrument. Indicating instrument operation karne ke liye, what is the essential parts? Essential functions are there. Which force is required? Which torque is there? What are the different types of that producing the torques? Like that we are going to discuss. Those are the essential part of indicating instruments. So how many instruments, which instruments we are going to call? Mainly we are going to use the instruments in the electrical system for the measurement of voltage measurement के लिए use करते, current measurement के लिए use करते, and power measurement. Voltage, current, power. These two are the main important we are going to call. So from the electrode EMMC, like that here now. PMMC instrument is there. P is nothing but permanent magnet moving coil here. The coil is moving part, magnet is permanent here now. Okay, moving permanent magnet, moving coil we are going to call. That is one instrument is there, its construction, working, we have to operate that one. We are going to study in the syllabus. Next one, PMMI, permanent magnet, moving iron, we are going to call that. Instead of coil, and we are going to rotate the iron here. No, iron is moving over there. Coil and iron is nothing but difference is there. The iron is nothing but it is a some hard part here now. The coil is nothing but some wire wound purpose. This is the coil we are going to call. Wire liye isko wound kiya hai. This is coil and this one is iron we are going to call. Some people you may get confusion over there. Permanent magnet, moving coil and moving iron here now. This one electrodynamometer we are going to call actually. EMMC we are going to call that one. Electrodynamometer, moving coil we are going to call that one. Instruments here now. These all three instruments are there. These three instruments ka first part. The first part is this considering studying the basic part of the analog instruments or indicating instruments. After that one, these three instruments are there. These three instruments ka हमने operating principle study करना है. Operating principle we have to study. Operating principle, what is the torque equation of the PMMC, PMMI and all the things. And next here torque equation and the extension range we are going to call that one. Sends and multipliers. Suppose 5 ampere we have meter is there. उसका रेंज एक्सटेंशन करना है. वो रेंज एक्सटेंशन करने के लिए हमने उसका 5 एम्पियर रेटिंग वाला ही यूज करके हमने 50 और 20 एम्पियर भी मेजर कर सकते हैं. हाउ दैट इज कॉल्ड सेंट एंड मल्टीप्लियर्स वी आर गोइंग टू कॉल दैट वन. Like that, the measurement of power in AC and DC circuits. How we are going to study this one? Measurement of power in AC and DC circuits. 2 wattmeter method is there. 3 wattmeters method is there. Some methods will come over there. Here, sends and multipliers, whatever I told that one, that is called here. So these are the related to the PMMC, PMMI, EMMC. After completing this one, the next we are going to study about the ohm meter. Ohm meter means which one it is going to measure? Ohm means what it is going to measure?
Resistance.
Resistance we are going to measure. Megger, already it is over.
Insulation resistance.
Insulation resistance, winding resistance, and for that one. Earth tester, we are going to test the earth resistance, we are going to call that one. Next one, single phase and 3-phase electrodynamometer. Here only basics of dynamometer we are going to use that one. But here single phase and 3-phase, for single phase and 3-phase different are there. Dynamometer we are going to study here now. And moving iron type power factor measurement meter we are going to use here now. See here, moving iron type power factor meter we are going to use here now. And the Whitson type frequency meter, synchroscope, these are the instruments only. All the three, these are the instruments only. For that reason only I told that one, second unit and third unit are very important. First unit there is nothing in that one, but the second unit is very, very, very important, I can say that one. Second unit is the very important part we are going to discuss in the second unit only. So this is the brief introduction of the syllabus introduction of this second unit, that is called absolute instruments, sorry, analog instruments we are going to call that one. So idea आ गई अभी second unit में क्या है बोल के, at least.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next one, we'll start the second unit now. One by one we'll go for the discussion we will do. So mainly, what do you mean by instrument? Instrument means what? You tell me, anyone? Can you tell me instrument means? Here already we have written here. The instrument, what measuring instrument we are going to call actually? The measuring instrument which is going to measure the whatever the required quantity is there. The value of magnitude it is going to give that one. The magnitude of that particular determinant or whatever the required value is there, it is going to give that one. It is going to give that one. So an instrument is a device. First, every instruments are devices only, which we can determine the magnitude or value of the quantity to be measured. हमको क्या measure करना है, वो उसका magnitude or value it is going, we are going to determine that one. So which will give the magnitude or value of that one, that device we are going to call as measuring instruments, we are going to call. So the measuring quantity, it may be voltage, yes or no, it may be voltage, or it may be current, or it may be power, or it may be energy, or it may be power factor, whatever it may be, we are going to call. We are going to call. Now it is clear what do you mean by instrument, measuring instrument?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear or not? Yes. So next one, the measuring instruments are mainly classified into two types. One is absolute instrument, another one is secondary instruments, we are going to call that one. Absolute instruments means all of you may heard the galvanometer. Yes,
Yes, sir.
galvanometer मालूम है सबको?
Yes, sir.
So that is the absolute instruments we are going to call. Voltmeter, ammeter, all are absolute measurements only, we are going to call that one. But how we will tell that one? So if we are using a voltmeter, it is going to show the what is, which reading it is going to show?
Voltage.
Voltage. By using a voltmeter, directly we are getting the voltage value.
Yes, sir.
So for that reason, that instrument, that type of instruments are absolute instruments. The magnitude, sorry, galvanometer, it is going to tangent galvanometer, it is going to dictate here now. It will not mention anything, it may be voltage or current here now. Which one we can measure? If it is connected in parallel, it is voltage it will give. If it is connected in series, then it will show the current value it is going to show. That type of instruments we are going to call as absolute instruments. Is nothing but they are going to determine the magnitude by in terms of the instrument parameter only. Is there any parameter here? They have mentioned voltage, current and all thing here. No. This, is it visible? Tangent galvanometer
Yes.
here, no. So if it is connected in series, then whatever the value it is show, that one we are going to call as current. If it is connected in parallel, it may be show somewhere here, that is voltage, we can assume that one here now. Or if the voltmeter is connected, that is voltage it is going to show. Ammeter is connected, current it is going to show that one here now. An absolute instrument determines the magnitude of the quantity to be measured. कौन सा क्वांटिटी हमको मेजर करना है, उसका इंस्ट्रूमेंट का टर्म्स पैरामीटर, इन टर्म्स ऑफ द इंस्ट्रूमेंट पैरामीटर it is going to give that one, that is called absolute instruments, we are going to call that is called absolute instrument. This instrument is really used because each time the value of the measuring quantities varies, value measuring quantity varies, value हो जाएगा, so it is used for that one, we are going to call. So we have to calculate the magnitude of the measuring quantity analytically, which is time consuming. We can calculate the magnitude by measuring that one. Suppose current चाहिए हमको, voltmeter connect करके कर सकते, but that is time consuming only. So these type of instruments are suitable for laboratory use में use हो सकते हैं. The secondary instruments, see here now, this instrument determines the value of quantity to be measured directly here now. Directly it is going to measure, but this one absolute instruments, they are not going to measure directly here now. Suppose voltage we have connected in series, parallel, voltage it will give, but from the voltmeter is it possible to calculate the current?
No.
No, but by doing the analytical method we can calculate. For that reason only they told analytically, which is time consuming. V equal to IR, we know the formula, all of you.
Yes, sir.
V equal to IR, we know the formula. V equal to IR, we know the formula. So if I have the voltmeter, I don't have the ammeter here now, but we can, by using the voltmeter and we know the resistance connected value, then we can calculate current. Yes. If we have ammeter only, we don't have the voltmeter, then by multiplying these two we can calculate. So analytically also we can calculate, but that will consume the time. First we have to measure whatever the meter reading it will show. Based on that one we have to make a point or note down, then we have to do the calculation, that one, that part, like that these instruments are absolute, we are going to call here now. The secondary instruments, which one we are going to use for the voltage measurement, we are going to use voltmeter. For the current measurement, we have to use the current meter. Like that, the measured quantity to be measured directly, we are going to call that one. Quantity to be measured in डायरेक्टली, वोल्टेज चाहिए वोल्ट मीटर यूज किए, करंट चाहिए करंट मीटर यूज किए, पावर चाहिए वैट मीटर यूज किए, एनर्जी इज रिक्वायर्ड एनर्जी मीटर, वी कैन यूज दैट. Those type of instruments are called secondary instruments, we are going to call that one here. Generally these instruments are calibrated by comparing with the another standard secondary instrument. So all the instruments should be calibrated, so we have to compare with other instruments. Examples of such instruments are voltmeter, ammeter, wattmeter. Practically secondary instruments are suitable for the measurement. So in the machine lab or in the measurement lab, we are going to use voltmeter use kar rahe, ammeters we are using, wattmeters also we are using, all the meters we are using here now. So voltmeter, it will measures what it is going to measure? Voltage. Ammeter, what it is going to measure?
Current.
Wattmeter, what it is going to measure? Power. Energy meter, what it is going to measure?
Energy.
Energy. So name itself, it indicates that one here now. So next, the secondary instruments are again classified into three types. So secondary instruments means directly it is going to give the quantity in directly. Voltage को voltmeter, voltmeter से voltage measure कर सकते हैं, ammeter से current, like that directly it is they are going to give over there. So based on that one, again the secondary instruments are classified into mainly three types of types are there. First one is the instruments which it is going to indicate, only indicate kar dena, it is the value it is going to indicate. That is called indicating instruments, we are going to call. The instruments which is going to record the values, it is going to record the values for the 24 hours, for 1 day, 1 hour, it is going to record that one. That is called recording instruments, we are going to call. So integrating instruments are nothing but these are the calculation, or it will give the total consumption with respect to time. For 1 hour, how much we have consumed. For 2 hours, how much we have consumed. For 1 day, we have how much we have consumed. We are going to call that. Recording means अभी 6 PM को कितना वैल्यू था उतना नोट डाउन करते, 6 AM 7 AM को कितना है उतना, just it is going to note down, recording that instrument. But the integrating instrument is not over there. For 1 hour, how much we have consumed, it is going to give the value here, quantity used here now. For the second hour, how much we have used. For 1 month, how much. For 1 year, how much. So like that, the analog or secondary instruments are classified into three types: indicating instruments, recording instruments, and integrating instruments. So indicating instruments are called as analog instruments. Indicate कर रहे तो analog ही हो जाएगा ना?
Yes, sir.
Indicating instruments are the analog instruments, we are going to call that one. So this one we'll discuss in the next class. मैंने old link डाला था actually, that is the problem हो गए. I don't know what happened to that one. So we'll stop here only and we'll continue in the next class. So all of you, I am telling you people, don't miss the classes. Don't miss the classes. Class miss mat karo. So this second unity is very important. Very, very important. I can say that one because this unit is more syllabus it is going to cover in the second unit and third unit only. So much syllabus is there which is applicable or useful for the next future is second unit only, second and third unit only. So can I close?
Yes, sir.
Anything? Okay. Continue in the next class.